Imagine it's a quiet Thursday evening. The house is calm, the kids are long gone, and the two of you are sitting on the couch after dinner. She's scrolling on her phone. You're reading something unimportant, and the air feels fine, polite, safe but not alive. Not the way it used to feel when a single glance across a crowded room could make her breath catch and your pulse race. Now picture this instead. She puts the phone down, turns toward you, and without a word slides her hand up your chest, pulls you in, and kisses you like she's 20. It again, slow, hungry, a little desperate, like she can't get close enough. And you feel it in your bones, she still wants you. Not the memory of you, not the younger version of you, right now, gray temples, slower jog, reading glasses and all. That moment isn't luck. It isn't nostalgia. And it definitely isn't about how many push-ups you can still do. It's about 6 specific things that only men over 60 can truly master, 6 things that hit a woman's nervous system, heart, and body harder than youth ever could. And today I'm going to hand them to you, one by one, with the research, the real-life stories, and the exact words and moves you can use starting tonight. I'm the Intimacy Doctor, real talk, real science, real intimacy. Let's begin where almost everything begins after decades together, emotional safety. John Gottman, after studying thousands of couples for over 40 years, found one pattern that predicts whether a marriage will be passionately alive or quietly dying. The ratio of positive to negative emotional interactions needs to stay above 5-1, even during conflict. But here's what almost nobody talks about for women over 50. Emotional safety isn't just nice to have. It's oxygen. When she walks in the door after a brutal day, maybe her knee is aching, maybe a friend just got a devastating diagnosis, maybe she caught her reflection in a store window and felt invisible. Youngest version of you would have tried to cheer her up or fix the problem. The man you are now does something far more powerful. He becomes a harbor. You put your own stuff down, you look her in the eyes, and you say, soft and low, "Come here, love. Tell me what's going on inside." And then you shut up and listen. You nod, you touch her arm gently when her voice cracks. You let silence be okay. You reflect back what you heard, so she knows she's not crazy. That's it, no solutions yet, just presence. In that moment, her amygdala, the fear center of the brain, quiets down. Cortisol drops, oxytocin and serotonin rise, and her body literally reclassifies you from another demand on my nervous system to the safest place in my world. Do you know what happens when a woman feels that level of safety with a man after 30 or 40 years together? Desire comes roaring back, because the body only opens fully when it knows, at the deepest level, that it will not be judged, rushed, or abandoned in vulnerability. I want you to try something tonight. The very next time she sighs heavier than usual, or goes quiet in a way that feels loaded, pause whatever you're doing and use those exact words. "Come here, love. Tell me what's going on inside." Then listen like your intimacy depends on it, because it does. Let me know in the comments how it lands. I read every single one. From that foundation of safety flows the second magnetic force. The quiet, unbreakable confidence of a man who has finally made peace with himself. You're not trying to prove you're the smartest guy in the room anymore. You're not hustling for approval. You've lived enough life to know who you are, what you stand for, and just as importantly, where you still fall short. And you own all of it without apology and without arrogance. That combination is lethal in the best way. A 2022 study in the Journal of Sex Research followed couples aged 60-75 and found that the single biggest predictor of a woman's sexual desire wasn't her partner's testosterone level or erectile function, it was how emotionally stable and selfish he appeared to her day to day. Women literally rated photographs of the same men higher in physical attractiveness when they were told the man had high emotional intelligence and low neuroticism. Your brain, gentlemen, is now your best cosmetic surgeon. So how do you broadcast that stability in ordinary moments? You stop defending yourself the instant you feel attacked. You pause, breathe through your nose for 4 counts, and you respond instead of react. When she says, "You never help around here anymore," the old reflex is to list all the things you did this week. The new reflex is to say, calm and curious, I hear you feel like I've been dropping the ball. Help me understand what you've been needing that I've missed. That single response does three things at once. It validates her feelings, it shows self-control, and it invites collaboration instead of competition. Watch what happens to her shoulders, her face, her voice when you do that consistently. That's the moment she starts looking at you like you're the most fascinating man she's ever known again. And when a woman feels that kind of grounded strength in you, something beautiful happens. She starts playing again. Which brings us to the third thing very few men over 60 realize is pure rocket fuel. Wise, weightless playfulness. We think playfulness belongs to the young. Wrong. Youthful playfulness is loud, competitive, look at me. Mature playfulness is warm, inclusive, and deeply relieving. You tease her about the way she still steals the blank. It's exactly like she did in 1994. Then you roll over and kiss the tip of her nose. You put on the song you danced to at your wedding in the middle of a random Tuesday and pull her up from the couch with a ridiculous bow. You send her a text that says, "Just remembered you in that red dress in 2003, still recovering." Robert Provine's laughter research at the University of Maryland showed that couples who laugh together more than 15 times a day have dramatically higher relationship satisfaction, and this is the part nobody quotes, significantly more frequent and more satisfying sex, even with health issues and hormone changes. Laughter triggers endogenous opioids and dopamine in both of your brains. Translation: shared silliness is home, made Viagra you can take together fully clothed. Here's a challenge: once a day for the next 7 days. Do one tiny, unexpected thing that makes her laugh or smile in surprise. Leave a goofy note in her purse, slow. Dance in the driveway while taking out the trash, whatever feels authentic to you. Then come back and tell us in the comments what happened. I guarantee you'll be shocked at how fast the energy shifts. Now playfulness opens the door, but the fourth thing walks straight through it and changes the entire temperature of the relationship. Radical, gentle honesty. By the time we're past 60, most of us have learned that white lies, omissions, and protecting her feelings are slow, acting poisons. But we've also learned how to deliver truth in a way that feels like medicine instead of a slap. You can say, "I missed you in bed last night when you turned away," and say it with softness in your eyes instead of accusation in your voice. You can say, "Sometimes I worry I'm not the lover I used to be, and I want to know what feels good for you now." And watch vulnerability do its ancient magic. Helen Fisher, the biological anthropologist who's mapped love in the brain for decades, says the moment a long-term partner risks honest emotional exposure, the same reward circuits light up that were screaming during first kiss passion. Vulnerability recreates the neurochemistry of falling in love, but deeper this time because it's earned. So tonight or tomorrow, pick one truth you've been avoiding: how much you miss her touch, how scared you are about getting older, how grateful you are that she's still here choosing you every day, and say it out loud gently while holding her hand, then breathe and let her respond. The intimacy that follows will remind both of you why you said "I do" in the first place. From that open heart flows the fifth element, and this one is so simple most men skip right over it. Devotional, non-demanding touch. I'm not talking about the goal-oriented touch of youth. I'm talking about the kind of touch that says, "I love every inch of you exactly as you are, and I'm in no rush." You rest your hand on her lower back when you're standing in the grocery line. You trace slow circles on her shoulder while you're watching television. You hold her feet in your lap after a long day and massage them without turning it into foreplay, unless she clearly wants that. You kiss her forehead when she's doing dishes and keep walking. Tiffany Field's Touch Research Institute at the University of Miami has shown that couples who maintain 15 to 20 minutes of skin contact daily, not necessarily sexual, have lower blood pressure, higher oxytocin, and dramatically higher reported sexual desire than couples who only touch when they're heading toward sex. Non-sexual affection keeps the attachment bond humming, which keeps the erotic bond possible. Start a new ritual this week. Every single night before sleep, lie facing each other and touch for 5 quiet minutes, no talking, no agenda, just hands and breath and presence. You'll be stunned how fast the spark reignites. And finally, the sixth and deepest turn. On of all, the way you adore the woman she is becoming instead of quietly comparing her to the woman she was. This one hits different after 60 because bodies change, energy changes, desires change, and the temptation is to mourn what's gone. The mastery is to celebrate what's here. Look at the lines around her eyes and tell her, "These are my favorite, they show up when you laugh, and I live for that laugh." Notice her softer belly and pull her close, whispering, "This body carried our children, held me through the darkest nights, and still feels like home." Encourage the new hobby she's nervous about, the haircut, the bolder opinions. Cheer for her evolution like it's the sexiest thing you've ever seen. Because it is. When a woman feels truly seen and cherished for exactly who she is right now, not tolerated, not managed, not quietly wished different, something ancient and ferocious wakes up inside her. She wants to give, she wants to please, she wants to devour the man who finally, fully chooses her present over her past. So let me weave all six together for you one last time, because I want this etched into your mind. You become her safest place by listening without fixing. You become her strongest place by mastering your own reactions. You become her most joyful place by playing like a man who has nothing left to prove. You become her most authentic place by speaking truth wrapped in love. You become her most cherished place with slow, devotional touch that asks for nothing. And you become her forever place by adoring the woman she is still becoming. That, my friend, is the real fountain of youth. And every single piece of it is yours to claim right now. If something in this video just lit a fire under you, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube shows this to more men who need it. And drop a comment. Which of these six are you already strong at? And which one are you committing to level up this month? Your honesty helps the whole community. I'm the Intimacy Doctor, and I'm so grateful you spent this time with me today. If you want more conversations about emotional connection, trust, attachment, communication, and the relationship science that actually moves the needle, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video. Next, I'm dropping something I think you're really going to want. The Silent 90, second habit that makes her initiate intimacy again, even after 40 years together. It's quiet, it's powerful, and it starts working the very first night. Click it the moment you see it. Until then, go be the man she can't keep her hands off, not because you're 30 again, but because you're finally fully you. See you in the next one.